Hello, future self. The year is coming to an end, and my Steam Wrapped just came out, or I guess Steam Replay as it's called. And I kind of just want to make a quick video looking back on 2025 and the games that I played throughout that time. I guess I'll just start off by saying that this year was kind of an up and down for gaming for me, as my laptop kind of came to an end of its video game capability. And then later in the year, as I was saving up throughout the whole year in 20 and the previous year, 2024, I was able to build a PC in August, correct? August, yeah. And end out the year with tons of fun gaming. I played a ton of games this year, especially on Steam. I played over 60 games with so much playtime. I kind of wish it showed your total playtime hours on the Steam replay, but it doesn't. It just says like percentage that these games have taken. But I guess I'll just start off by showing or just talking about like my top three on Steam, which were one was Coral Island, which is a great farming sim game. Last year I 100%ed Stardew Valley, and I absolutely love Stardew Valley. And something was missing, you know. I tried to go back into Stardew Valley and play with mods. I tried to start different runs. I tried to, do this, that, whatever. And as much as I love Stardew Valley, I just didn't really feel like I was working towards much without achievements, without achievements to work towards. Um, and so I found this other farming game. I guess I found it before I 100%ed Stardew Valley, called Coral Island. Very similar concepts with friendship mechanics and all this stuff, but there was, differences in like the fishing, and there was the catching bugs, and there was, kind of had these Animal Crossing like feels, and it was set in like a different area, and the people looked more human instead of it wasn't pixel arty. It was kind of like 3D top down. Um, and yeah, the game is just so fun. I haven't 100%ed it yet. I definitely plan to. It's definitely a game that I kind of come back to here and there because it's a slow-paced game. The achievements are really hard to get. They take a long time of preparation, and so it's something that I kind of just hop in here and there. And this year I played a lot of it. I guess maybe when I was watching shows or YouTube or whatever, I really enjoyed. Yeah, I guess I just really enjoyed, you know, the game this year. I'm trying to think back on it because it's such a session game almost that I just would put hours into and forget about everything. That I don't really know. I don't really know like what I did what I did this year. I guess I can scroll and see the achievements I've gotten. Like I completed the gem collection, and I got all the clothing items, and I got some of like the friendship up with the town, reached 5 with hearts with 25 NPCs, and I got married. And I crafted stuff, and I made a lot of money. Um, I got all these achievements this year, and that was really fun, and I really enjoyed it. And I played it from April onward. Kind of, I played most of my time in April, and then kind of slowly added some hours throughout the rest of the months. And in second place was Ni no Kuni: Wrath of the White Witch. I bought this in the 2024 winter sale, I believe, and I originally had played it on the Switch, but I really just wanted to play it on Steam. I don't know what it was. I felt kind of nostalgic to the game. I got it on Switch because I remember watching Stampy Longnose's playthrough of it when I was a kid, back in like 2016 probably. And I just really loved the art style of the game. It has Studio Ghibli animations in it, like animated videos to tie the story all together. And I remember it being kind of a difficult game to get into. And I just, I wanted to play it. And January and February, I only played this game. Really didn't play anything else. I just pretty much grinded on this game, and it shows. I 100% of it. I was able to 100% the game in 2 months. I played a ton of time. It says I have 11% of my total play time and 69 sessions played. Nice. Um, and the game was just so fun. It was so enjoyable and fun, and I just like it was a really grindy game. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to everyone because like you can't really progress through the story if you don't just sit for a few hours and grind those what are they called, tokos Those like the monsters that just give a ton of XP that are kind of rare on this like random island. Once you get this boat, you have to go kind of grind them for a bit, or else you'll really be behind. And I wouldn't recommend 100%ing the game for everyone either. The getting the certain amount of monsters or whatever was just boring. It just wasn't that fun. And you had to like level them up, and you'd run out of materials, as well as like the gambling in the game. I mean, there's not like money gambling, but like it was in-game currency. And one of the achievements you had to get a certain amount of tokens throughout the playing poker or whatever like that. And I mean, it was cool, but it was just really like tedious. But the game is just so good. It brought me so much nostalgia, so much joy. The story was beautiful. The animations were beautiful. I love the cell shaded looking games like that. And it was just so fun. So, so fun. And in third place, a game I played recently and completed recently, Cyberpunk. I honestly didn't really think it was going to be on here. I thought I played other things, but maybe a little bit more. But I guess, looking back on it, I spent around 3 months, on and off of the game. And I had a lot of fun with it. I've talked about it in, was it my previous video or the video before? Or maybe both. And I really enjoyed Cyberpunk this year. And I thought it was, a super fun game. I didn't originally play it this year. I played a tiny bit of it in like when I first got it. I think I got it summer of 24 or summer of 23 maybe, and I played it just a tad. And I thought it was boring. I thought it was, kind of weak. I just didn't know what to think about it. And then this, my PC was built. I wanted to play something awesome. I wanted to play something graphical. I wanted to play something amazing. And so I re-downloaded it and gave it a go, and wow, it did not disappoint. That's for sure. It was an awesome game. So much to do, so much RPG elements, so many like guns and skill trees and all that stuff. Super fun. And I played the DLC. That was awesome. It was a really awesome game to play. Moving on, let's see. I guess session game wise, I definitely dabbled in my TF2 this year. Of course, I think this is on my Steam replay every year, and normally in my top 3 slots. But I think I did play it a little less this year because as much as I did have fun with it and I enjoyed it, I don't know, I've been kind of phasing out of multiplayer FPSs. I love playing a good FPS when I have friends to play with, but we're getting older. My friends and I are all getting busier. It's harder to get online together and play some FPS. So I think that's probably the main reason why I don't have a lot of time in it this year specifically. It was still 8% of my playtime, a ton of sessions played, some achievements even. But yeah, it was just kind of it wasn't really an FPS year for me. And moving on, another game I played this year, Final Fantasy 15. This would be my first Final Fantasy, I guess. I played through the story. I loved it. It was great. Super awesome characters. The story was confusing. I've heard that you have to kind of jump around here and there. But I kind of just, sat it, played it as it is, did a ton of side quests like I normally do, just because I love doing the side quests and getting XP and leveling up. And yeah, I played most of it in, looks like I played most of it in May. I had literally played almost all of it in May, so it was a while ago. And it was really fun. And the story was weird. I thought the time skip was weird, you kind of like skip ahead 10 years in the story and you're just like there and like all these monsters have taken over. It was just kind of a weird plot point. And then Noct is like, he looks like old and disheveled and has a beard, and all your other characters look old and disheveled and have, you know, facial hair and injuries, and I don't know. It was just like, I thought it was kind of weird, Like, I've played 2 Final Fantasy games this year, and a lot of the times it's kind of just like, you're super strong, you're super manly, but you also look like a superstar, You look like the Goo Goo Dolls, a singer in his prime. Um, but yeah, it was still a good game. I really enjoyed it. I definitely will go back to it in the future because I do maybe want to do a second playthrough at some point, maybe do some more achievements, whatever, or do all the extra content that I believe there is some extra content in there. And I guess more on that, I played a good amount of session games this year. You know, I played my Ground Branch here and there. I played my Hunter Call of the Wild, my Euro Truck. Those are probably my main session games, as well as Deep Rock. I played some Deep Rock, trying to just get the events done, but I didn't play much Deep Rock this year. What other games have I played this year? Because I feel like I've played a lot. Oh, I played through Hitman. Hitman. I got the deluxe edition on sale. This might have been a winter sale pickup as well, but I'm not too sure. And I played a ton of it. It was so fun. Hitman is just one of those games that has a light story in each of its missions that kind of all connect. But you don't need to play them in order, even though I did. Or maybe you do need to play them in order to unlock them. But it doesn't really matter if you don't play them in order or not. Like, the missions are just so cool and intricate, and you can do it any style you want. It's kind of just like an open area with so much, like, intricate story in each level design that the devs are just, they're amazing. I mean, I gotta say, the worst thing about Hitman is just trying to buy it. It's like, oh, there's the simple edition where you get like one map, and then there's like the super edition where you get like 10 maps, and then there's like ultra edition where you get games 1, 2, and 3. But then you get locked content from 2 and locked content from 3 in the super ultra edition. It made no sense trying to pick up the game, trying to buy the game. Wait for it to go on sale, buy like literally like the most expensive on sale version, which will probably only be like $20. That's probably my pointer for it. But yeah, Hitman was super fun this year. I played through all the missions. I'd played it through it before when I was younger on Game Pass. Not all the missions. I'd play a few of the missions. I probably only got up past like Italy or the France like chateau map or whatever. But yeah, super fun this year. Super enjoyable. As well as another game that I played this year, and kind of in the later half of the year, that I didn't really, that's not showing up as first played this year, even though it kind of is, was Persona 5 Strikers. I played it right after I finished Persona 5 Royal in 2023, and I think I was just so tired of that kind of game genre that because I had put 100 hours in on Persona 5 Royal Story, that I played it for about 2 hours and then I just dropped it, didn't play it at all. But I pretty much came into the Persona 5 Strikers blind, and I was super excited to play another Persona game. I loved my two previous Persona play, Persona 3 Reload and Persona 5 Royal. They always add something in there. And I'm super excited for Persona 4 Golden Remake or whatever. That'll be cool if that comes out in 26. And yeah, Persona 5 Strikers, super awesome, super cool. I love the art style. I love the music. I love the characters. I love the gameplay. It was a super good game this year. And yeah, that was about all the games that I played this year. If I had to choose a game of the year, not a game of the year that like came out this year, because I think the only game that I got that came out this year was Battlefield 6. But a game of the year. Oh, I guess I forgot to say Battlefield 6 for what I played this year. But man, like my game of the year is so difficult. My game that I pretty much played this year that I enjoyed, because Cyberpunk was amazing, which I pretty much played this year. Persona 5 Strikers was amazing. Again, pretty much played this year. Oh, Final Fantasy Remake. Final Fantasy 7 Remake. That was such a good game as well. I mean, dang, I'm super stumped. But, I think my game of the year has to go to Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch. I 100%ed it. I literally said at the start of the year that it was my New Year's resolution to play and 100% the game. And I stuck to it. That's probably the only New Year's resolution that I've ever made for the first point, and the only one I've ever stuck to. That wasn't just like a joke answer or, kind of some BS to get someone to stop asking me what my resolution is. But I do remember making that my resolution, and 2 months later, I fulfilled it. And that game was awesome. I have no clue whether I'll ever replay it. I don't think they have a new game plus, which it was normally how I'd replay a game to stop kind of the grind or whatever. But man, this year was amazing. I'm thankful to be alive for another year. I'm thankful to be playing games still and have enough time to play just to play games here and there. I don't need to play games all the time. I played a lot this year though, and I'm just really happy to be a gamer. I mean, there's so many good games, so many good sales with Steam that I can play so many, games that came out 2, 3 years ago for 75% off, 50% off. And game of the year, Ni no Kuni: Wrath of the White Witch. Every other story game I played definitely is up there, but Ni no Kuni: Wrath of the White Witch, best game this year. And yeah, we'll see where next year goes, and we'll see what my Steam replay is like in a year's time. Anyways, future self, I hope you're well. Wonder if you're looking back on this video and thinking back to the enjoyable times that you spent playing these games. And yeah, thank you. Talk to you soon.